Imagine waking up tomorrow to a news alert so powerful it fundamentally reshapes your understanding of global finance. An alert that confirms the whispers you've been hearing for years are now a roaring reality broadcast from the highest institutions of economic power. What if I told you that the day countless individuals across the globe have been anticipating, planning for, and some might even say praying for, is no longer a speculative fantasy, but is instead materializing right before our very eyes in the official statements and banking corridors that dictate the flow of the world's money? This is not a drill, and this is not another baseless rumor from the depths of an obscure online forum. This is the concrete, undeniable breaking news that the Central Bank of Iraq and JP Morgan Chase Bank have finally broken their silence, issuing coordinated communications that directly address the future valuation and international standing of the Iraqi Dinar and the Vietnamese Dong, effectively putting the global financial community on high alert and confirming that the revaluation events are not only imminent, but are in fact being activated as we speak. The information I am about to share with you is the culmination of verified reports, direct source translations, and a deep analysis of the geopolitical and economic triggers that have forced this moment into existence. So I need you to listen carefully and understand the monumental shift that is occurring, a shift that promises to rewrite personal fortunes and redefine wealth on a scale most cannot even comprehend. For decades, the narrative surrounding the Iraqi Dinar and the Vietnamese Dong has been one of potential, a long-term hope rooted in the fundamental economic strength and vast natural resources of these nations, yet perpetually stalled by political instability, international sanctions, and a hesitant global banking system that refused to grant them the full faith and credit they inherently deserved. That entire narrative has just been rendered obsolete by today's historic announcements, which serve as the official green light from the very entities that control the gateway to the international monetary system, signaling that all previous barriers have been removed and the path is now clear for these currencies to reclaim their rightful, asset-backed values on the world stage. The Central Bank of Iraq, in a stunningly transparent press conference that was live-streamed to major financial news networks, did not merely hint at monetary reform. They explicitly outlined the timeline for the reinstatement of the dinar to its pre-war, pre-sanctioned glory, directly linking the new rate to the nation's colossal oil reserves, burgeoning agricultural sector, and rapidly rebuilding infrastructure, making it clear that the IQD is transitioning from a domestically traded currency to a fully internationalized, tradable asset with a value that reflects the true wealth of the nation. Simultaneously, and this is the critical piece that confirms this is a coordinated, global financial event, Chase Bank, one of the most influential and conservative financial institutions in the United States, has issued an internal memo to its global branches and foreign exchange desks, instructing them to prepare for immediate, high-volume trading of the Iraqi Dinar and Vietnamese Dong, a move that would be unthinkable and financially reckless for a bank of its stature if these new rates were not already locked in, verified, and guaranteed by the international financial authorities that govern such transition. This two-pronged announcement from both the sovereign central bank and a pillar of the Western banking establishment creates an irrefutable feedback loop of legitimacy, crushing any remaining skepticism and proving that the revaluation is not a singular national event, but a carefully orchestrated recalibration of the global financial architecture. One where these undervalued currencies are being positioned as the new linchpins for trade and investment in their respective regions. The implications of this are staggering, reaching far beyond the foreign exchange markets and into the pockets of every single person who had the foresight and the courage to acquire these currencies when they were being dismissed by the mainstream financial media, because the activation of these new live rates means that the theoretical wealth you have been holding on paper is about to become liquid, spendable, life-altering capital. This is the moment where belief becomes reality, where patience is transformed into prosperity, and where the financial independence you've dreamed of is no longer a distant goal, but an impending deposit into your account, all because the two most important voices in this entire process have finally spoken in unison, and their message is clear: the wait is over. Now, let's delve into the profound and immediate consequences of this announcement, because understanding the ripple effects is just as important as hearing the initial splash. And the waves created by the CBI and Chase Bank are already beginning to wash over every aspect of the global economic landscape, from the Forex trading floors in New York and London to the main streets of your own hometown. The first and most direct impact, of course, is the immediate and permanent cessation of the old program rate that has been used for international transactions for the Iraqi Dinar, a rate that was a relic of a constrained economy and is now being replaced by a new, real-world market-driven value that accurately reflects Iraq's true economic output and potential, a value that is substantially higher and is designed to bring the nation's purchasing power in line with its status as a global energy powerhouse. This isn't a minor decimal point adjustment. This is a fundamental repricing of a national currency to align with the staggering value of its underlying assets, primarily its oil wealth. Places Iraq in an entirely new financial category overnight, transforming it from a nation reliant on international aid to a formidable economic player capable of driving growth and stability throughout the entire Middle East region. For the Vietnamese Dong, the implications are equally transformative, as Chase Bank's readiness to trade it at a new, significantly revalued rate is a direct endorsement of Vietnam's decades of explosive economic growth. Its position as a global manufacturing hub and its political stability, finally granting its currency the international respect it has long earned but had not yet been granted by the Western financial system. This simultaneous revaluation is not a coincidence. It is a strategic move by the global financial authorities to stabilize and empower two of the most dynamic economic regions in the world, creating a new tripolar anchor for global trade alongside the US dollar and the euro, thereby diversifying the world's monetary base and creating a more resilient and balanced international financial system that is less susceptible to the shocks of any single nation's economic policies. For you, the investor, this means the asset you have been holding, the Iraqi Dinar or the Vietnamese Dong, is no longer a speculative instrument, but has instantly become a fully fledged, strong, sovereign currency that can be exchanged, transferred, and utilized for any purpose you see fit, whether that is paying off debts, investing in businesses, purchasing real estate, securing a generational legacy for your family that will stand the test of time. The process of exchanging your currency will now be as seamless as exchanging any other foreign currency, as major banks like Chase, and inevitably all other banks following their lead, will have clear published buy and sell rates, allowing you to walk into a branch or access your online banking portal and conduct your transaction with the same ease as if you were trading euros or British pounds. This normalization is the final step in the journey the moment these currencies shed their exotic label and become mainstream financial tools. And it is this normalization that will unlock their true wealth potential, because the liquidity and accessibility will be unprecedented, allowing for the efficient and large-scale conversion of your holdings without the bottlenecks or complications that some had feared. The economic shockwaves will also be felt in commodity markets, as a stronger Iraq means a more stable and influential voice in OPIS, and a wealthier Vietnam means a massive new consumer market for goods and services from around the world, creating new investment opportunities far beyond the currency markets themselves. This is the domino effect of a global monetary reset in action, where the strengthening of these key economies lifts all boats, creating a rising tide of prosperity that will benefit not only the citizens of those nations, but also the astute international investors who believed in their potential before the rest of the world caught on. The information age has allowed this news to spread like wildfire, but the true understanding of its ramifications is what separates the passive observer from the active participant in this historic wealth transfer. And by internalizing this analysis, you are positioning yourself at the forefront of this new financial paradigm, gurus promising secret loopholes or insider tricks that do not exist. Remember, you are now operating from a position of strength and confirmation, not hope and speculation, and that shift in mindset is your most powerful asset. You are not waiting for something to happen anymore. You are managing a financial reality that has already been set in motion by the highest authorities in the world of finance. The journey to this moment has required immense patience, unwavering faith, and a vision that saw beyond the daily fluctuations and negative commentary. And now that vision has been validated in the most spectacular way imaginable, proving that those who dare to think differently and act courageously are the ones who ultimately shape their own destinies. Your financial landscape has been permanently and positively altered. And the life you envisioned when you first acquired this currency is now within your grasp, waiting only for you to take the final simple steps to make it your lived reality. This is your time, this is your moment, and the entire purpose of this channel has been to guide you to this exact point, to provide the unwavering truth in a sea of misinformation, and to build a community of like-minded individuals ready to step into a new era of abundance. To ensure you do not miss a single update, a single piece of crucial information, or the next groundbreaking announcement that could further impact your wealth, You must take action right now. Hit that subscribe button and turn on all notifications so you are immediately alerted the second I release new content. And just as importantly, leave a comment below sharing your thoughts, your story, and your excitement as we navigate this incredible new chapter together, because your voice is a vital part of this community and your success story is the next one we all need to hear.